Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Kobe 8 Protro. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Kobe 8 Protro features like a partial, like snake scale pattern and also partial herringbone traction pattern. And this particular pair, this does have like a translucent rubber outsole. And the traction right here is actually really good. There is no squeak to this at all, or maybe like a little bit sometimes depending on your court conditions. But pretty much this is a silent shoe. But the traction is very good. If you are playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have absolutely no issues whatsoever. You're gonna be able to stop on a dime. The traction is very good on those clean courts. And even on dustier courts, the traction is still really good. I would say this has pretty minimal dust pickup. And if you are playing on your dusty courts, maybe wipe every so often and you'll be good. I never slid out or anything like that on dusty courts. Maybe if it's like super dusty and you don't wipe, you might slide to a stop here and there, but it's just a very small slide. The traction on here is very good across all court conditions. And I'm telling you, like, I've played on some pretty dusty courts and this thing still performed very well. So yeah, overall traction on this Kobe 8 is very good. So moving on to the cushion, this is where the Kobe 8 Protro differs from the original Kobe 8. What you're gonna get in here, obviously you have like this foam, I guess like it's a carrier of some sort. But this is, just regular, I don't know what type of foam, probably Phylon or something. But on the inside is what has changed. So the original Kobe 8 had a Lunarlon drop-in, but in this, you have a full-length React drop-in. And the React in here is pretty nice. If you want some impact protection, especially in the heel, you will get that. As you all can see, this is a thicker chunk of React in the heel, and then as you get into the forefoot, it does thin out. And you actually have like this harder foam here, kind of, I guess, to stabilize the foam a little bit. But yeah, you do get some impact protection, especially in the heel. But I would say overall, this is definitely more of a, low to the ground, responsive feeling cushion setup. If you want a lot of impact protection, this is definitely not going to be it. But the React is still very nice for what it is. Personally, this is like my type of preferred cushion setup, getting a little bit of that impact protection, but still maintaining that court feel responsiveness, low to the ground feeling. So yeah, I really like the full length React drop-in midsole in the Kobe 8 Protro. It's perfect for me. Just watch out if you do want something like extremely bouncy or has a lot of impact protection. You probably want to stay away from this one. So moving on to the materials, the Kobe 8 Protro features a pretty much primarily engineered mesh upper. And, to the touch, it's not bad. It's definitely like a little bit crispy, but it does break in over time. And from a quality standpoint, for this price, I wish it were like super premium materials, but this is, pretty much what they use on the regular Kobe 8, and they brought it here. And it does get the job done very well. It's just, for that $190 price point, I wish it definitely was, something more premium, but it is what it is. It does get the job done very well, like I already said. In the high wear areas, like around the toe box, you do have like this layer of fuse for added durability. As you move towards the back part of the shoe, you have like this synthetic material right here. I'm not really sure what this is. It kind of just feels like a rubbery, I don't know, like rubbery plastic, I guess. Which is okay. And then on the back heel, you do have like this plastic heel counter. As you move towards the tongue, I'm not exactly sure what this material is. It feels very similar to what's featured on this like back part of the shoe. But it does have some padding in here. So if you do like to crank down your laces, you really won't feel too much pressure like going into your foot, which is nice. Except I will say at the top, it is very thin. But I didn't really have any, irritation up there. So you're gonna be covered on that front. But as far as the materials go, in terms of the quality, it's definitely not bad, but for $190, I wish it was way better. But it's a Protro. This is what they use in the Kobe 8, so I understand. But in terms of the performance, it gets the job done very well. So I really can't complain. So moving on to the fit, the Kobe 8 Protro, I would say does run true to size for the most part. I'm a slightly wide footer and I went true to size And I will say it is narrow up in the forefoot area, but not to the point where, I had a lot of cramping or irritation up there. The materials do break in a little bit over time, so just give it a little bit of play and it will get better. If you do have wide feet though, you probably want to go up a half size, and I think that'll alleviate any issues that you might have going true to size. So my take on it is narrow footers and normal footers, I think going true to size is your best bet. Slightly wide footers, you could honestly go true to size or up a half size, just depending on how wide your foot actually is. And then wide footers, go up that half size because you will definitely have some pain up in that forefoot area. Besides that, the fit of the shoe was great. This tongue is connected down here on the sides. You do have a pretty close one-to-one fit. The materials lie very nicely over the foot. I didn't have any dead space up in the toe box area, and this shoe overall felt very, very snug on foot. So yeah, the fit in the Kobe 8 Protro is good in my opinion. Just make sure you do get your right size. So moving on to the support. I honestly had no issues with the support in the shoe. You do have an external heel counter. This does a great job of making sure your foot is not sliding out. Your heel is nice and locked into the shoe. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, the materials do a great job of making sure your foot is not sliding around. This foam actually does come up on the upper of the shoe to kind of act as a cage as well. And not to mention, this drop-in midsole, it is foam, right? So it is a little bit sticky. So it does grab your socks so you aren't sliding around there as well, which is actually something that I really don't like about drop-in midsoles. I really don't like how it's sticky. I prefer like just a regular normal insole because it just like kind of folds up my sock and it gets a little bit annoying. But that's really not a huge issue. And then as far as those hard lateral movements go, you're gonna be covered there as well. This isn't the widest base, but you do have a small little outrigger right here actually, just to help make sure you aren't rolling over on those hard lateral movements. And then as far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, this is fairly stiff and rigid. I don't have the midsole in here right now, but even as is, it's pretty good. You do have this carbon fiber shank to really give it that stiffness that it needs. So yeah, overall, the support in the Kobe 8 Protro is good, and I really didn't have any issues. So I know this performance review is a little late, but this I think retails for $190 or maybe $200. I don't know. It's definitely up there, right? But I will say, if you want to play in a Kobe, this is a great pair to play in. The 6s, the 9s that are out right now, probably, and the 8s are very, very good. This is definitely, it's a great performer. Like, I had pretty much no issues in this shoe. The only thing for me is the fact that it is slightly narrow. But like I said, that does break in over time. And I could, if I did have pain up in that forefoot area, I could just go up a half size and have no issues. But right now, if you did want to pick up a pair of these, Nike is releasing a bunch of Kobe 8 Protros in like team band colorways, which are actually pretty fire. And those will be coming out pretty soon. So yeah, if you wanted to pick up a pair of these, you could definitely get a pair for retail because they are going to be releasing a bunch of them. So yeah, the Kobe 8 Protro, definitely a very solid performer. It's just a little bit more on the expensive side, right? But I'm sure you could actually get these probably on like StockX or Go for probably under retail right now, just because the resale market is tanking, thankfully. So yeah, Kobe 8 Protro, it is a great performer. It's just a little bit expensive, but if you have the money to blow, you won't be disappointed. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment, it really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time,